Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Today I wanted to share with you some of the things that I do to make my life just a little bit easier when you are feeling overwhelmed, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or you're a working mom or you're just a person who has a super busy schedule. It is great to have something that just makes life a little bit easier when you're just struggling through the week. Now, at the end of the school year this year, we were insanely crazy. My family did not sit down for a meal for over a week, and that's unheard of. I try really hard to make a meal for my family every night. We always try to sit together at the table and have dinner, but we had a solid week plus where I was going through a drive-through, picking up subs on the way to the baseball field. There's just been so much going on, and I know we all have times in our life that are like this, and it just is a real struggle. You're really feeling the chaos, and it gets super stressful. So here are some of the things that I have been doing during this crazy time just to simplify my life a little bit. So we'll start off with one of my favorite things to do, and I know that I have mentioned this to you guys before on my grocery hauls, and that is to do online grocery shopping. I think most grocery stores at this point offer it, and it's typically a free service if you spend a certain amount of money. That is a huge time saver, and the great thing is it saves what you have already previously purchased. So I know for my family, we do a lot of the same types of go-to meals or the same snacks that the kids like, and milk, bread, eggs, those types of things. So you just kind of have a checklist and you click all of the things that you want. So in no time, you have your entire grocery order done. You submit it, and then in the morning or later in the afternoon, or however it is that you schedule your pickup, you pull right up in front of the store and they load your trunk. And it is amazing. Definitely something worthwhile when you're just so busy and you don't want to take that hour or two to go to the grocery store. I know for me, I spend a lot more money when I actually go into the store than if I order groceries in this manner, because I just end up seeing things that I want, or I overbuy food and I end up throwing away a lot of food because I purchase too much. So this is a really great way to not only save a lot of time, but also to save money. So that is my number one tip for making your life a little bit easier at a time that is totally chaotic. And we'll stay on the topic of food for a minute, and I am going to let you guys know how important meal planning is. And I stray from this all the time. I'll be really good for a couple of months and I'll plan out my entire week of meals, and I'll put a menu on the wall in the kitchen, and it's great because you don't have to think about what you're having. You take the meat out to defrost days in advance and you're well prepared for it. When I do not do this, it is so stressful because I wake up in the morning, I don't know what we're eating, I don't have anything defrosted, I end up throwing something together that's really not appetizing for anyone. So this is something that happens to me all the time. So I think having a meal plan in place can be super helpful, even if you have to shift around the meals. As long as you know maybe 5 meals that you're going to be making during the week. Number one, it helps with your grocery shopping because you know exactly what ingredients to purchase. Number two, it takes the stress out of worrying about what you're going to be making that night. And number three, you know to have the ingredients out, the meat defrosted, the crock pot set up in the morning, whatever the case may be, you're just well prepared for that. So that is definitely a great thing to do, as well as using the crock pot or that Instapot or throwing stuff on the grill. Whatever is the easiest, most familiar way for you to cook and prepare a meal for your family, just run with it. Like for me, it's usually the crock pot. I love putting food in the crock pot in the morning because that's usually when I have the most amount of time. Once I pick up the kids from school around 3 o'clock, my day is over. I am running from place to place to place, and that's how we end up not having a decent dinner at all and just hitting a drive-through or something. So definitely the meal planning and the grocery shopping and all of that is super important, even in the summer months where you want to be at the pool or doing fun things with friends. You don't want to have to worry about what are we having for dinner tonight and then end up having something that maybe is not so healthy. Something else that has been super helpful is keeping a family calendar. I just have a regular calendar on our back door in our house, and every time somebody has something going on, they need to write it on the calendar. So if my daughter has a dance that she's going to, or there's a birthday party, we're going to be away for a weekend or our week's vacation, or especially now over the summer months, all of the camps going on and special events at the library, like all this stuff, to have it on a calendar so that every day everyone can wake up and see exactly what's going on is so super important in not missing appointments or not missing out on fun events that you just forgot about because you didn't write it on the calendar. Now, I do keep my personal calendar on my desk, and that's much more detailed, and I have my work related stuff on there and my YouTube stuff on there, but just to have a family plan that everybody knows what's going on every day is really a wonderful thing to have in making things run more smoothly in your household. And on top of that, I like to set the alarm on my iPhone for anything that I need to do. It could be as simple as having the alarm go off early because there's a half day and I don't want to forget to pick my kids up from school, or any type of an appointment that you have, or you just need to remember to walk the dog at a certain time. Whatever it is, that alarm is so helpful because I get so easily distracted in my day, and I can just very easily get wrapped up in something on the computer. I could be checking social media, or sometimes I take a good portion of my day out just to reply to you guys and read comments, and I get totally distracted from what I actually should be doing. And it's not good when you forget to pick your kid up from school because they got out early, or whatever the case may be. So that phone alarm has been really a great thing for me. Another thing that has made my life a lot easier and a lot less stressful is taking the time to exercise. I am not great about this, guys. I will go a couple of weeks where I'm going to the gym 3-4 times a week and I'm doing my yoga videos in the morning, and I feel great and I feel ambitious and I have energy and I'm just like ready to tackle the world. But then I don't go for a day or 2 or 3, and it spirals and I end up not going for a period of time, and that really affects my mood. It's a real thing. I am telling you honestly, I have so much more energy when I exercise. So just finding the time, whether you're taking a brisk walk or you're going to the gym or you're just going to watch a YouTube video and do a little workout, it's really a great thing to do. It helps your whole day. It makes you more focused and more motivated to do things throughout the entire day. Another thing that is helpful, and I kind of feel like a liar when I'm telling you to do this because I have such a hard time doing it, but I swear I'm going to try this summer to get up early in the morning. It is so hard to do, but once you do it, you never regret it. You are always like, I am so glad that I got up at 5 a.m. and I did, I already finished the laundry and I already did my workout, and here it is 6:30 and everyone is still asleep, so now I'm just gonna relax and have a cup of coffee and check social media or read a book. So having that extra time to yourself in the morning is so wonderful, yet so hard to do. I'm not gonna lie, it's not something that is easy for me, and it is not something that I do on a regular basis, but when I do get into the routine of doing that, it is a wonderful, amazing, appreciated thing. So I really urge you to work with me this summer and try to get up a little bit earlier so that you can get all of like the dirty work out of the way and maybe have some fun with your kids and go to the pool or go to the park or visit a friend and do something that you would just rather enjoy that time with your family and not have to have the kids entertaining themselves all day because you're scrubbing toilets and folding laundry. Like, that's just not the way anyone wants to spend their summer. And some things that I do to make the gym and cleaning more desirable is to listen to a great podcast or a great Audible book. If I have something going on in my head where I'm like not thinking about, okay, I'm folding laundry right now and this is so monotonous and this is so boring. If I am like watching a YouTube video or listening to a great Audible or listening to one of my favorite podcasts, it makes the time enjoyable. I actually have started to look forward to going on the treadmill at the gym because that is when I take the time to listen to my favorite podcasts and to watch my favorite YouTube videos. So it's almost a treat for me in a way because I wouldn't otherwise be doing it and having the time to focus on like what I'm listening to or what I'm watching, and when I'm on the treadmill or when I'm folding laundry, it's just almost like a nice treat that you are allowing yourself the time to, you know, watch a certain video or listen to a podcast or something like that. So that's actually something that I look forward to. I might wake up and say to myself, oh, I just so don't want to go on the treadmill right now, I'm so tired, but then I'll be like, oh, you know, there's a new podcast today from, you know, whoever, be our guest is one of the ones I really like to listen to, or Walt Disney World A to Z. There's just so many Disney podcasts that I enjoy, and I know the days that they come out with a new one, and I actually look forward to getting on the treadmill those mornings so that I can listen to that. And there are also some other ways to make your cleaning much easier. If you can invest in the Roomba, I have to tell you, this is a device that I really love. It makes my life so much easier. It doesn't do like an amazing job cleaning up, especially with pet hair, but if you just press that button every day and let it zip around your house and do a quick cleanup, it is so worth it. It just makes you feel like you kind of sort of cleaned, even if you didn't take the vacuum cleaner out and clean the whole house. That is just a great way to keep things nice and clean looking. It looks freshly vacuumed. If you're having company, you can tell that, you know, the house was cleaned up and tended to a little bit anyway. In addition to that, I also like to call in a cleaning company when I can. And this is not something that I do all the time, but when it's Mother's Day or my birthday or Christmas and my family asks me, what do I want? I always say, I want like a voucher of sorts that I can call on a cleaning company. And having that, just knowing that I have that I can call them in, even if it's only once or twice a year, is such a stress reliever, because I know if we're going to be away on vacation and we're going to be super busy over the summer and I don't want to take the time to really clean the house, but it really needs it done, I can make that call and have someone come in, and it just makes my life so much easier. Something else that is a great help is to take help when offered to you. If someone says to you, hey, I'm going to so-and-so's birthday party too, do you want me just to take your daughter? Sure, that would be wonderful, thank you. Say yes to things, let people help out, because I know sometimes it's hard to lean on people and sometimes you feel like you're taking advantage if you have somebody do something for you, but you know what? It will give you that time that you need for yourself to take care of things, to catch up on things, whatever the case may be. If someone is offering to help you, it's because they truly want to. So let them. Don't be afraid to say yes to help. And then the last thing that I will share with you, and I guess this really applies mostly to either people that work from home or are stay-at-home moms, and when you're in the house all the time, everything around you, or I know at least for me, it kind of weighs on you. Like the things that bother you around the house, the things that need to be cleaned or organized or taken care of, they're always there. As much as you feel like you have caught up with things, it comes back. I can completely organize and clean out the Tupperware cabinet and feel so good about it, and 3 days later it could just look absolutely horrible all over again. It's just part of the way it is when you have a family. If you're not living alone, you're gonna deal with the constant chaos. Things aren't always gonna be perfect. I know for myself, I need to disconnect. I need to leave the house. Go somewhere, go for a drive somewhere, go for a walk, go meet a friend for lunch. I feel like every single day I need to get out of the house for at least a period of time and just not be focused on everything around me. So that is really a great way to make your life a little bit easier when it is feeling totally chaotic and you're feeling overwhelmed. Just step away. Everything's gonna be there when you get back, and it's okay if it's there for a while. And I'm kind of preaching to myself because I really have a hard time dealing with this, with clutter being around and messes being around. It actually physically bothers me. Like I feel very stressed out when I'm living in those conditions, and just walking away from it for a little while makes it a lot more bearable when you get back. So these are just a few of my tips and tricks to make life a little bit easier when you feel like you're drowning. I would love it if you would share some advice with me in the comments below. I love hearing what you guys have to say. I cannot even tell you how affected I am by the comments. You guys have always been so helpful in giving me great advice and giving me inspiration and making me feel like I'm not a total failure when I really do feel like everything is falling apart. You're a great support system, and I hope hope that I inspire you too in a way, and I hope everybody's having a great summer so far. Make sure that you enjoy this time, especially if your kids are home with you. I know sometimes it can be a struggle and they can drive you crazy, but at the same time, enjoy the time with them because it goes way too fast. Thanks so much for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification button on top so that you're notified every time I put out a new video, and go ahead and follow me at Jen's Happy Home on Instagram. Have a great week. Take care. Bye.